What's up, YouTube? This is Broadsword Media here. I'm Sean. I'm with my friend Kyle.
Hey.
So, we made predictions last year. We were right on a lot of them, although the AL Central we both did horrible in. This year, we hope to improve upon them. And we're going to start with the American League East. I think it'll be pretty similar to last year. The Blue Jays should take the division. They still got a really good lineup, among other things. And second, it's tough to pick who's second, but I'm going to give a slight edge to the Red Sox for second because they added a lot to their team, including David Price. They just got a nice hitting team, a nice pitching team, and all that stuff. They're going to improve a lot this year, and the Yankees will be right in there in the mix to it in third. The Rays will be in fourth. They'll probably have some shines of goodness, but they'll be mostly bad. And the Orioles, they're just the worst in the division.
You're the worst, man. I'm going to actually, for once, I'm going to kind of agree with him in this one. I do think Toronto could actually take the division this year. The Red Sox are going to most likely get second place. If they don't, they're going to get third. They made a nice transaction with David Price. Matter of fact, that's all he really needed to do. I know they picked up other guys, but David Price is a great impact for them. The only concern I got is, as of right now in March, they have what I think is the youngest outfield out there. They have a couple guys who are like 23, and those are question marks for me. I think they had like some good years, a good season last year, but they're still unknowns for me at least. But you never know. The Yankees, I do see them going to get third, but they could easily take second place away from the Red Sox. They did go to the wild card last year, so I do think they can do it. And A-Rod he's 7 home runs away, or 13? 13 home runs away from 700. It's a good possibility. I kind of like to see him do that. And I don't know, I think that the Yankees are a more veteran, professional, more veteran and talented team to get third or second. I do see Tampa getting fourth, and unfortunately Baltimore is going to get last in the division. I'm glad that they got Chili Davis back. That was a great move. I'm happy for you guys. Baltimore, go Baltimore. But I think losing Shen to Miami is not going to help them out. And it hurts me to say that. I'm sorry, guys.
Alright, so now we go to the American League Central. I think it'll be easier to predict the division this year than last, that's for sure. I'm going to pick the Kansas City Royals to take the division again. And, they still got basically all the players that helped them win the World Series last year, with some exceptions, of course. And they even brought back a player who they had the year before. So,
Alex Gordon.
Yeah, Alex Gordon.
Good move. I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah, so the Royals, this should be an easy division win for them. The second place is a little tougher to pick. I'm going to choose the Tigers. They do have a chance to even take the division with what they have, but I think the Royals are just that much better, and the Indians will be third. But they do have some good additions. They might squeak in the second. The Twins, I have a tough time predicting them to be fourth, but I honestly, because the thing is, they are good enough to possibly be second place just like last year, but this time around, I think with the improvements to the Tigers and the Indians, the Twins will be in fourth, but they'll still be pretty good. And then the White Sox are just dead last.
Um, I agree that the Royals are going to win the division. Congratulations, you guys won the World Series. I'm happy for you guys. But, no, there's no buts with the Royals. I like them. I just think it's going to be tougher. I think the Tigers are going to get second place. They are a good veteran team. They have a lot of experience. Just, I don't know, I kind of feel like they're missing a couple things to get the division back. Need some like good younger talent. I see the Twins getting third, but they could also get second. It's a possibility, but I see them in reality drop into third because last year they got second place, surprisingly. Good job, Twins! And I think you're wrong about Cleveland. I think everyone is... This time last year, as well as this year, people have been favoring the Indians to win the division or get second. I don't see it. One of their star players, and I'm not quite seeing it right now. I think they do have one of the best pitching staffs in the AL, but one of their best players, who is not a pitcher, is kind of injured right now. So there are question marks going on there. So I kind of see them getting fourth place, which is difficult for me to say, but also I do agree that the White Sox are going to get last because as of like right now in the last 48 hours when this video was made, how do I say this?
March 18th. Just so you guys know.
Technically, right. Anyways, Adam LaRoche most likely or probably is going to retire this year, which is a surprise to everyone because something to do with, how do I say this? The front office or the owners of the White Sox aren't happy that his son is in the clubhouse, and ironically enough, in his contract when he signed with them last year, he stated that his son had to be in the clubhouse because his son is important to him and he needs him there for reasons. And the fact that the ownership is kind of backing out of the deal that they made with him regarding his son being there is kind of showing to me that they're not as good as I was wanting them to be, especially last year. I think they got a lot of ownership, front office problems right now, and they got to work that out before they can be as good as I think they could be. I mean, last year I was predicting them to like get second, third place, but
let's look at the video.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. But I think they got problems that they need to worry about first. Especially who's going to be their new DH. I think the White Sox are actually going to win the division this year. I think they're going to win.
So that's the American League Central. Obviously the White Sox have a lot of question marks on their team. Now we go to the American League West, and I see the Houston Astros repeating as division winners. They still got a really solid team.
They weren't a winner last year.
Oh yeah, they were a wild card. That's right. The Texas Rangers won the division last year. I forgot about that. But I see the Astros taking the division this time around. And because they made some improvements to go along with how good their team already was. And then the Rangers, they'll be second. They'll likely be a wild card. And third, that's tougher to predict. But I'm going to go with the Angels. They're going to probably hover around 500. They're going to have some struggles this year. But they may shine some light at some point. Mariners next, and I hate to say it, they are my favorite team, but the A's, I just don't see them being any good this year. They were the worst team in the American League last year. They may improve to not be the worst team in the American League this year, but they'll probably still be the worst team in the American League West, unfortunately. And it's disappointing considering how good they were just a couple years ago.
You're a disappointment.
Oh, thanks a lot, asshole.
It's my job. I do see the Astros taking the division this year. It'll be the first time they'll win a division in the AL. I see the Rangers going to get second. Surprisingly, I see Seattle taking third. And Anaheim, I think they're starting to be on a decline personally. So I see them actually going to be taking 4th place. And the A's, as of right now, I feel like they could take last, but I kind of also think they're a sleeper team, really, because they got a lot of young, talented players there who I kind of feel are question marks, kind of like what I said about the Boston Red Sox outfield as of right now. So it would not surprise me if the A's actually take 4th, maybe even 3rd, but as of right now, I kind of see them taking last. Sorry.
So that's the American League. Now we head to the National League.
Word.
So we'll start with the National League East, and I think the Mets will take the division again this year. They still have a really good team, and they got one of the greatest pitching staffs in the whole league, and they still got a good lineup and everything too. The Nationals will be second. I think they'll do better this year than last year, as long as they don't have the similar injuries to last year. But they'll be second. Third, I'm gonna pick the Marlins. They'll be probably around 500 or so, and then next will be, I think next is actually gonna be the Braves. I think they'll be 4th, and then the Phillies last.
I think we're close on this one, but I think the Nationals are actually going to take the division this year. Hopefully they have their injury and behind the scenes issues taken care of. I think that was just like a minor misstep last year. So I think they're going to take the division. The Mets are going to take 2nd place. I love that pitching staff. I called it last year. I said they had one of the best up-and-coming young pitching staffs, and it was amazing to see them come faster than I expected.
Mets are going to get 2nd place in the division. They got a good young starting rotation coming up in the works, let's be honest. It's a good key starting rotation.
Yeah, so I see them coming in and taking 2nd, probably going to get a wild card. I see the Marlins taking 3rd. I think they definitely gotten better with getting the pitcher Chen from Baltimore and some other transactions.
Yeah, I think they got a new manager there too.
Maybe.
And I know the Nationals, they got Dusty Baker now. They just got him recently.
Yeah, Dusty Baker is going to be a great fit there.
Yeah.
And the Marlins got Barry Bonds as a hitting coach, so that's
impressive right there.
I know they got him to be a coach.
Yeah, getting coached by the home run king. There you go.
I know some people are gonna like beg to differ on that one, asterisk kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's always gonna be that issue.
But to be honest, let bygones be bygones. It's a new season. Forget about it. It's over and done with. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a hit coach, and I think he could actually make a good hitting coach.
I think so too.
I do see the Braves taking 4th place. And I do see the Phillies taking 3rd. The Phillies have definitely...
Wait, 3rd?
Taking last place. My mistake. And, but at the end, it could go either way between the Braves and the Phillies. It's funny watching them now. Like 5 years ago, the Braves and the Phillies were like the 2 best teams in the National League East. And now they're considered the top 2 worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
I do see the Braves getting better within time, maybe in a couple of years. If Miami can't keep it on the roll, I see them like in a couple of years losing at least 3rd place to the Braves. And the Phillies are just, I don't know, they just got old really quick.
So now we go to the National League Central. There have definitely been some changes between the top 3 teams who had the best records in the major leagues. And as a result of these roster transactions, I'm definitely going with the Cubs this year. They acquired some really great players from the Cardinals. Was it a pitcher and a fielder?
Lackey, and they picked up Jason Hayward.
Yeah, exactly.
And Hayward apparently wasn't liking his stint with the Cardinals, so he signed with the Cubs.
Yeah, which is definitely a good move. I mean, the Cubs are definitely
For the
very
Cubs.
good. Yeah, and the Cubs are definitely a very good team. So, yeah, I see the Cubs taking the division. And next will be the Pirates, in my opinion. They could easily be a wild card.
They are going to be a wild card.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like they gotten worse or anything. They'll be a wild card. And the Cardinals, I mean, they still have a fighting chance to be a playoff team, but I think because of what they've lost, they'll still be a good winning team. That just probably aren't going to make it to the playoffs, but they'll get third in probably the toughest division in the league. And then next, between the last two teams, it's kind of hard to pick. I'm going to pick the Brewers for fourth, but just barely above the Reds in last.
I hate to agree with you on this division. I do see the Cubs actually taking the division this year. They surprised everyone last year. I did call them out for actually taking third place.
You did. You were right.
I did. Wasn't expecting a wild card berth in third place, but I don't think most of us would.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen very often.
No. But I see the Cubs taking first. The Pirates are going to take second. I think they gotten better. I like the fact that they actually picked up Ryan Vogelsong, who's a good veteran, former Giant starting pitcher. And I think that's something that they desperately needed, was a player who actually has been to the World Series and won a championship to help them move along. I like Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh this year.
Oh yeah.
They're definitely going to be a wild card team. I don't know about division, but that's another possibility. It's always a possibility.
Definitely is, yeah.
But they're going to get second place. The Cardinals, I think they lost too much.
They did lose a lot of players.
They're not going to win a division this year. They're not going to get second. They're going to get third. With the loss of Hayward and
especially
Lackey, but mainly Hayward, because Hayward is a
everyday player.
Yeah. There's a lot of question marks there. They are a good team. They need Molina back in the lineup, and I don't think he's going to be starting at the beginning of the season because of an injury.
Yeah, he's recovering from a surgery and
From a surgery?
I don't remember. I read it.
He's recovering from surgery.
He's recovering from surgery. Okay, he's recovering from surgery.
Yes, he had one surgery, but then he had another one apparently we didn't know about. He had a surgery, but there's another one we don't know about.
Yeah, he's been recovering from a lot of surgeries during the offseason. No, but obviously because he's recovering from surgery, it's not likely he'll start at the beginning of the year. He'll come, probably mid-season somewhere, which will hurt them early on.
It will. And Adam Wainwright is going to be coming back.
Yeah, that's good.
I think he is going to become the comeback player of the year. I do. I think he's still a good pitcher. Hopefully, everything went all right after his surgery and stuff. So we'll see how great he is after that. But the Cardinals are going to get third. The Brewers are going to get fourth. And the Reds are going to get last.
All right, well, that's the National League Central. Now we're going to do the final division we're covering, the National League West. This division is, in my opinion, much harder to predict this year than last year because the Dodgers, I think, are still going to be good, but they lost some players to the Diamondbacks, which will help them improve to possibly even fight for the division themselves. And the Giants, I mean, they're still in the mix of it too, so it's pretty much, in my opinion, a three-team race for the division title. Who's going to win it? I'm not sure, but I got to make a prediction, so I'm going to say...
He's not sure.
Yeah, well, nobody's ever 100% correct on this. But I'm going to say the Giants will take the division by one game maybe. They'll just barely take the division. And then next will be the Dodgers right behind them, and the Diamondbacks will be in the mix of it, but they'll be third. They'll have a great record. It maybe good enough to be a final wild card, but probably not with the Pirates probably getting the wild card anyway. And then the bottom two teams would be the
There's only 2 teams out there.
Oh yeah, the let's see, the Padres and the Rockies. I'm not sure what order to put them in. I think it's Padres 4th and Rockies last.
I see. I actually kind of see the Diamondbacks taking the division this year as a surprise.
Okay.
I see with Zach Greinke.
That's right.
Coming over from the Dodgers, and
There was a fielder.
there's some other guys who came over. I can't remember them right now.
Yeah.
But I like what they did in the offseason. They didn't go overboard, but they grabbed a couple really good, talented players to help them, and I see them taking a division. The Giants are going to get second place. I see them actually taking a wild card spot. I know a lot of people are going to go, it's an even year. Giants going to win the World Series. It's just, I don't know.
It was a coincidental.
It's a coincidence.
Yeah.
I love the Giants. I'm a Giants fan, but I'm a baseball fan first. I see the Giants going to go to the playoffs as a wild card team, though. But I'll be pleasantly, happily surprised if they take the division. But I do see the Dodgers with the loss of a couple players that they could not get. And there's some like clubhouse issue stuff that I've been kind of worried about too, because there's a lot of clubhouse issues. A lot of people are just having, and there's a lot of like back talk about Puig not being a troublemaker and stuff like that. And I don't know. I kind of feel like this time is going to take its toll on them, and they're going to miss the playoffs this year. They've been great for so long, and I like them a lot. I don't know. I think the clubhouse issues are finally going to get to them. I do see the Padres going to take 4th, and I do see Colorado getting last. Colorado made some nice moves in the offseason, some nice, but ever since they lost Troy Tulowitzki
Now he's
to Toronto, their chances have dropped drastically because of that. I do see the Padres still going to be contending, hopefully with their new manager and Dave Roberts. Things will improve for them, and they could actually get over the hump. And if they goes well, who knows? Maybe the Padres could actually take 3rd instead of the Dodgers. But as of right now, and before like the trade deadline comes by July 31st, I see the Diamondbacks taking 1st, Giants 2nd. Both are going to be going to the playoffs. Dodgers are going to take 3rd, Padres are 4th, and Colorado is 5th.
okay. So those are our Major League Baseball predictions this year, and hopefully we do better than last year. And
Well, I'm going to be better this year than you,
oh yeah, we'll see about that.
because I'm always better.
I kick his ass in Smash Brothers every time he plays, so don't worry. He's not always better.
Because I have a life outside of video games.
Oh yeah, so do I. I mean, look what we're doing right now. We're doing videos.